Are you feeling exhausted of buying and holding, not experiencing any growth in your portfolio? You have tried signals, day trading, staking, mining, you name it, but nothing feels consistent. You have invested $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 into the market, but it's just sitting there, going up and down like crazy. You're busy, you don't want another job. You simply want something that actually grows your portfolio and your money. That is where CVA comes in. We show investors, traders, or just busy professionals how to set up an automated trading system that runs 24/7 so they don't have to watch the market the whole day or just rely on Bitcoin going up 20% so they can just break even. We help them pick good coins, set the right strategy so they can finally experience steady results without all the stress. It's simple, it works, and it actually brings you peace of mind. Let me walk you through exactly how it works. Alright guys, so what you're looking at right now is one of my trading accounts. And as you can see, this bot in specific has done so far 25.84% in BNL out of a $24,000 investment. That is $6,262. Now let me show you exactly how this works. So as you can see, the bot is automatically placing buy and sell orders. It does this fully hands-off in every grid level. Now you might be asking yourself, what is a grid level? Well, a grid level is a specific point in the bot, in the coin's price, where the bot is either going to execute a buy or a sell order. So if we zoom in here, I'm just going to go to a smaller time frame so we can appreciate what's going on here. Here we can see how the bot made quite a lot of buy orders, right? And then when it went up in value, it made a lot of sell orders, allowing the bot to be in a profit even if the price of the cryptocurrency is the same. So how can you use this in your favor? So for example, say you're holding $50,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin goes down in value, the bot will automatically buy more Bitcoin, and as Bitcoin goes up in value, it will sell Bitcoin at a higher price. Say the price when you set up the bot is 90,000 and the price where you shut down the bot is 90,000 as well. Guess what? If you were only holding Bitcoin, how much profit could you have made? Nothing, right? Because it's the same price as you started holding Bitcoin. And this can easily be 1 month or more. So some of you might be even in this scenario right now, where you're holding cryptocurrencies for months and your portfolio has not grown at all. Not even that, you will have to rely on the cryptocurrency going up in value above the entry price. So if coming back to the example of Bitcoin, if you bought Bitcoin at 90,000, then the price should go above the 90,000 for you to actually be in a profit. So now take that frame and let's put it into perspective. For example, with XRP, another bot that I have running, it has been running for 28 days. And as you can see, XRP went down in value and then it went up and then it went down. And so far it's up 8.51%. Even though some of you might be holding XRP for a few months already, and the value of your portfolio is very likely the same, if not even less than that. So that is really the purpose of an automated trading system like the grid bots, is having a cryptocurrency with tons of volatility with the optimum setup so the bot consistently triggers buy and sell orders. Therefore, you make a consistent cash flow and your account keeps growing without the need, the anxiety, or the fear of the cryptocurrency that you're holding going up in value, because that is the only way you can make money if you were holding. But if you had a system just like this, then everything could change. So now that we have covered a bit of the fundamentals, there is also something we have to understand, and that concept is called price action, aka grid range. So the grid range is going to be the price action in percentage that the bot is going to be covering. Every cryptocurrency has a specific grid range, and depending on how volatile the coin is, the grid range is going to be either bigger or smaller. For example, if we go to Bitcoin, then our grid range could be from support to resistance. So say from here to here, about 30%. Now, 30% is fairly a small grid range because Bitcoin is not a coin that is extremely volatile, right? Compared to some other investments, you might be telling yourself Bitcoin is extremely volatile. Some days it's at 70,000 and some other days goes up to 90,000. And you might be telling yourself that is way too volatile for me. But the reality is that it really is not compared to other cryptocurrencies. So for instance, here, coming back to the example of Bitcoin, Bitcoin has a grid range price action of 30% because this is how much it has been moving over the last 177 days. Before that, Bitcoin had a grid range of about 28% and it was moving sideways for 231 days. So you see how this system can benefit you. During all this time, Bitcoin was moving sideways. During all this time, Bitcoin has been moving sideways. So say you invested in Bitcoin here, right? Which is not the best entry price, but I know some of you watching this video bought Bitcoin when we rallied from 60,000 to 99,000. So if you bought Bitcoin right here at 100,000 in the last 166 days, your portfolio has not gone up in value at all. And that is a huge problem because not only you don't make any money, but also your account is not able to grow unless Bitcoin rallies back to 120,000, 160,000, which there is no guarantee that is going to even happen in the first place. Some other coins, for example, this one, SIG, which is a very good performing coin, they will have a grid range that is bigger than Bitcoin, like 60%, because they will go up and down in value. So now that you understand grid range, which is the price action in percentage the bot is going to be covering, now we need to understand how do you even find these coins. Well, we know we need to have something that has been moving sideways. We also know that we need to have something that has great volatility so the bot can consistently place buy and sell orders. So how do we achieve that? How do we find those coins? Well, inside CBA, we already take care of all of the testing. So we actually give you access to proven coins with proven settings and when to shut down the bot. But if you're wondering how do you even find those coins, then you need to head to this website called BitScreener. And then we're going to use these three filters. First, market cap. Because we're looking for something that has great volatility, the market cap is going to be between 100 million and 500 million. So we want to ideally search for something under 500 million. Then age. We need to have something that has been moving sideways for a long time. So ideally over 4 years. And then the last thing will be the crypto exchange we're going to be using. So in this case, let's go ahead and do it with Kraken. So now we see the options. For example, we can see this one. One more thing, you can also adjust this and set it to the 6 month. So you can see some of the sideways movement. Like if you see Kava right now, over the last 6 months, it has been moving sideways. It has an amazing volatility. And actually one of our members, Moshe, he recently posted this win where we walk him through the process on setting up Kava and he made about an 8% in less than a month. But guys, without anything crazy going on. Again, if we go back to the chart of Kava, you can see in the last 6 months, it hasn't gone up, it hasn't gone down, it has been moving sideways. So if you can have a system that makes you an average of 8% a month with just existing, right? Because that's really what it is. It's just existing, it's just trading. Then I would say that is a perfect system to have. But let me show you how, once you have the coin, once you see that it has been moving sideways, how do you actually set it up? Well, we're gonna go back to TradingView and we're gonna search for Kava, the coin that we have here. I said I was gonna use Kraken, so let's go ahead and use Kraken. And then we're gonna use an indicator we have developed inside CBA. Every single one of our members have access to the Smart RSI. It will actually give you entry and exit confirmations on when to shut down the bot, secure the profits, making sure that your account grows, and then restarting the process. But if you don't have access to the Smart RSI, what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm going to grant you access for 14 days. Just make sure you comment below your TradingView username and I will go ahead and grant you access for 14 days. But make sure you do that right now because I'm only gonna limit it to 20 people. So now, pretending you have access to the Smart RSI, which if you have commented right now, if not, go ahead and do it now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of back testing, and we're gonna back test in cycles. Now, what is a cycle? Well, it is from an entry confirmation, which is when the RSI is below 50, all the way down to an exit confirmation, which is when the RSI is above 60. From here to here, what you can notice is there is some sideways movement, nothing crazy going on, and we have about 92 days worth of trading. We want to secure the profits, lock in the P&L, and then restart the bot. So that being said, we're gonna backtest from here all the way down to here. If you notice, the entry price is the same as the exit price. Now, you will be asking yourself, will I be able to make any profit if I set up the bot from the same entry price I'm shutting it down? Well, that is the magic of having an automated trading system like this, is that you will be able to make us an insane amount of money just by having the optimum setup. In fact, this one has been earning 1.06% over the last 28 days. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set up the grid range. Remember, price action in percentage we want to cover with the bot, about a 50% to keep it conservative. At the end of the day, this coin has been moving sideways for over 6 months, so 50% will cover more than that. And we only need to set it up once, let it run, and there is nothing else you have to do other than shutting down the bot once you get the exit confirmation, and I'll show you that in how to do it in a minute. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the backtester that we have developed inside CBA. It will help you understand if the coin, actually has the potential to make a good profit. It will also tell you the settings you need to set up to your bot for maximum profitability. Perfect. So here what we can tell is that from pure sideways movement, not expecting the cryptocurrency going up in value, using a 50% grid range, we could have earned 26% in about 3 months without the coin going up in value and without the stress of waiting for the cryptocurrency to be higher than the normal price, than the price you initially invested or bought it. And we can see that is pretty realistic because one of our members made 8% in 20 days. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm just gonna go through this really quick. Yeah, another member, 6% in 22 days with one of the bots we helped him set up, 32% in 26 days with pure sideways movement. Actually, let me show you. So you might be telling, I have not checked the price of Propsy, but I'm gonna show you right now. There we go. So yeah, you can see from the moment he made the post, which was April 19th, guys, we're all about transparency. So April 19th, that is 33 days ago. So let's just figure this out together. I have not checked this out. So 30 days ago should have been about March 13th. There we go. March 19th, somewhere around, right? So he made the post here, Francisco, April 19th. And this is roughly when he set up the bot. So what do you see? Tell me, realize, like, what do you actually see from here to here? That is 31 days worth of trading, so maybe a little bit more. There we go, 33 days. We can see a strong uptrend, downtrend, and a lot of volatility. That is the magic of a group trading bot. Imagine earning a 32% return in 26 days. So my bad, it should be 26 days right here. Almost there, 26 days. Earning a 33% return in 26 days without the price of the cryptocurrency going up, but instead just pure sideways movement, pure volatility. So that is the system we're going to help implement now. Now, when it comes to grid levels, which is the price level where the bot is going to trigger either a buy or a sell order, what we're going to do is we're going to backtest, right? With the CBA grid backtester. We're going to backtest 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then use the grid levels that is getting us the highest P&L and go ahead and set up in Bitscap, which is the software we're using. So 30, it's getting us a 21%, 40, 28%, that is pretty good, 50, 23%, and then 60. Okay, so it seems 40 is getting us the highest P&L. The distance between every buy and every sell order is called the grid step percentage, and it's pretty much how much money you're going to be making in every transaction. So we went from 20% to 28% by optimizing using the CBA grid backtester, and now we know we need to have 40 grid levels covering about 48-50% in price action. That being said, let's get into the fun stuff, which is setting up the bot. So you can go ahead and set it up and have this same bot trading for you. So first things first, go to your exchange. In this case, I'm going to be using Kraken. Then select the cryptocurrency, click on manual adjustment, and then use that 50% grid range that we see right here. That is how much price action we want to cover. You can be in the daily time frame, so it's easier for you to kind of like play around with the highs and low price. And this is exactly what we want to do. 50% there, high price and low price, we're going to readjust. Now notice how I only have a few red lines. Why is that? Well, because we want to only buy as the cryptocurrency goes down in value and only sell as it goes high in value. We want to buy low and sell high. There are so many videos out there where they will give you this strategy. Now, what is the problem with that? Notice here, out of, let's do 1,200. Out of 1,200 investment, about $600 is already invested in Kava, meaning that about roughly 40% of my investment is already on risk, because if Kava suddenly goes down, 40% of my investment is already on risk. So what do we do inside CBA? What do we help our clients achieve? We help them with a low risk, high profitability strategy by taking the high price, decreasing it as much as possible, so we can keep as much USDT or USD or USDC as possible. So we went from holding 40% in Kava, so only holding about 10% or even less than that. That is what you want to do, and then ensuring that you cover that 50% price action to keep your account safe and running for the long term. We're going to make sure trailing up is activated. In just simple words, when the cryptocurrency goes up in value, high price and low price will readjust themselves to the new value of the cryptocurrency. No need to have trading down, no stop loss, because it's a low risk strategy and we're covering a lot of price action. And remember, we're not only covering a lot of price action for the last month, 2 months and a half, but instead over 6 months of price action. No need to have take profit. We're gonna go ahead and click on continue and start the bot. As that is loading, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go back to Bitscap, sorry, TradingView, and I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm gonna clean my chart a little bit. I'm gonna turn on the indicator, make sure you're in the daily time frame. And if you haven't commented down below your trading username to have access to the CB Grid Backtester, to the Smart RSI, I strongly recommend you to do that, because we're gonna go ahead and use it right now. So we're gonna click on Add Alerts and Shut Down Bot Signal. It's very important you are in the daily time frame. Once we click on Create, then you will have the alert automatically create in your TradingView account. So when you receive the alert, all you have to do is shut down the bot. It takes about 30 seconds. I often do it from my phone. You click on, let's give it a second, guys, until this is loading. All right, seems like it's taking a little bit of time. So how are you gonna shut it down? You're gonna click on the 3 dots, stop the bot, convert to USD, continue, and then convert my market. That is how you successfully shut down a bot. So yeah, guys, and that is how you do it. If you're tired of doing all the work yourself and want help setting up a system just like this, just book a quick call. If we can actually see that we can help you, then I'll walk you through the system. There is gonna be a link in the description. You can click there, book the call, or it's also gonna be pinned in the comments. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We got a new office, so we're still fixing a few things. But that being said, God bless you, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.